Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 21st of March, 2018, and this is episode 286. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all of our returning viewers, and a big hi to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Dammy, we had some people introduce themselves this week. Why don't you give them a shout out?
Okay. Heather, who is Novelty Stitches from Colorado. Whitney, who is Woolen Dreams from Arkansas. And Kay Wilson, 670.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you. Thanks for introducing yourselves. So, Dammy, if somebody's not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do and why?
You should join and introduce yourself in our introductions thread because you'll get a shout out on our next episode and be able to participate in all our owls and giveaways.
Yes. Okay. You're going to get about a minute and a half of Mama Bear right here because I want to address something. So.
Okay.
I didn't tell you.
I'm gonna knit.
You knit.
Okay.
So if you've been watching our show for probably any length of time, you know that I have fibromyalgia, and it's very, very severe. I was in a wheelchair for several years because of it. It's improving, but still, I have issues with it. And we're open and we talk about it. It's not a big deal. But part of fibromyalgia is what they call fibrofog, which makes my brain kind of mush sometimes. I will forget words, I will forget names, which is kind of embarrassing when that happens. I will missay things, and
mostly what you do is nuclear, because you're Southern, and that's just the one I have to say. It's nuclear. That's the main one. And also hill and heel.
That's just because that's how I say it. But Dammy oftentimes, a lot of times, will give me words or correct things that I've missaid or whatever. And that is just a normal part of our everyday life. That's how we live life. And if she was being disrespectful or rude about it, I would address it and it wouldn't be tolerated. But Mama Bear coming out here it's not acceptable for somebody to publicly call her out and call her disrespectful and rude when she is not being. And I won't tolerate that. She is not being that. She is being exactly how she is the rest of life when we're not on the camera. And that is our norm, and I am okay with it. And she's okay with that, and the hubs is okay with it. Y'all know that we are very, very open about our lives. I don't think there's been a single Ask the Geeky Girls question that we have not answered. So I don't have a problem when somebody asks a question, but I do have a problem when someone publicly posts and degrades my daughter and calls her disrespectful and rude, not knowing the entire story. That's not acceptable anyway. You should come to me and address that with me, not publicly call my daughter out on a comment on the podcast. So Mama Bear needed to just address that right quick because it's not okay. And I know 99.9% of our viewers are amazing, but I didn't want just to leave that out there and not address it. So she's not being disrespectful. She's not being rude. She is helping me in the same way she helps me in everyday life. So, and I love you.
Love you too.
Okay. Okay, Mama Bear, 2 minutes or whatever is over now. So,
it's like 3 minutes.
Sometimes I just talk and I can't stop. Okay? So we have quite a bit to talk about. We got some fun stuff in the post. We have 2 giveaway prize winners to announce.
We do.
I just drew them while you were getting ready.
I'm such a good co-host.
Random number. Siri, give me a number between...
I don't like Siri Random Number Generator.
Why?
It takes much more time than just generating the list of random numbers from random.org. Random.org is much easier to me, and you don't have to listen to Siri talk.
I use Siri. Unless I'm drawing like a huge number of winners.
You do Siri for all our seasonal owls.
Oh, that's true. I have started using Siri for seasonal owls because that way I don't go, okay, wait, which number now have I done? Because they do the numbers like in like on random.org. They do them like columns and I'm like, am I supposed to read across? Am I supposed to read down? It gets confusing in my brain.
On random.org you can tell it to generate a certain number of numbers.
Yes, but I
Not
always
just randomize the whole list.
I always do more because a person can only win once, even with multiple entries. So, anyway, well, how did we get on this topic? We have winners later in the episode, so we are going to get started. Here we go.
Now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
What's on your needles, Danny?
I'm working frantically. Oh, this is from the inside of this game. Oops. I'm working frantically on the last of the samples for our Tickled Pink book. This is my Tickled Pink wrap. It's on US 3s, 3.25 millimeters. The yarn is Seven Sisters Arts, and I'm working frantically on it to make it an acceptable length and amount of wrappiness for so it can be blocked and dry in time for our photo shoot Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
There's no way we could hang it on the heaters.
No.
Unlike in Edinburgh.
But I'm sure we could borrow a blow dryer from someone. I don't own a blow dryer.
Can we borrow your blow dryer? We need to dry this long piece of wool. And but that's all I'm working on, and then hopefully next week, for the first time in a very long time, I'll have something I can actually show you.
Because you're gonna cast on socks, right?
Yes, I have a whole skein of yarn just wound to do socks.
Which one are you doing?
It's the Sarah's Texture Crafts. It's something like it's the Tweety one. It's like Iron Gate or something. I got it at our last retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what it is. I think it's in my stash. So.
Oh, speaking of stash, for some reason some of my stuff is not in my stash. So
because I'm the one who's supposed to update your stash, not you. Or you do it if I'm too busy doing other things.
Usually you take pictures for me, I think.
Yeah.
And then I like type it in.
My stash is completely out of date.
Yeah, I need to update mine because like I know I have a sweater quantity that's not in there. Yeah. So. Okay. Is that everything?
Yep. So, wow. What are you working on?
I'm working on two things only.
Oh my gosh.
So first off, I'm working on my zigzag blanket. This is a 10-stitch zigzag pattern by Frankie Brown. It's free on Ravelry. I'm on US 4s, 3.5 mil needles, and I'm using, I finished the mustardy yellow with silver stellina stripe that I still don't know what the yarn is. And I started a new stripe. The hubs looked at the blanket, and I said, what color needs to be next? And he said, how about something brown? And I looked in my big Winnie the Pooh bag of yarn for the zigzag blanket, and I had from Pandia's Jewels
last book.
Yeah, from our last book, the hot cocoa or hot chocolate with pink, hot cocoa with pink marshmallows yarn. So
it has pink in it.
It does, just very little.
Pink is inescapable in this blanket.
I know.
Are the socks yours or mine? They were yours, but I knit them.
What is the design?
Yes, you designed it, but I knit them.
Yeah, it had the...
Back when I had more time.
Yeah, when you were sample knitting for me. It has the X's and O for hugs and kisses on the socks. And it's hot chocolate with pink marshmallow socks.
And it was very finicky because it's lots of cables. So
it
gave me
lots
problems.
Of cables. But they're so pretty.
I think I broke some needles knitting them.
That's a little scary. I don't really remember this.
I don't know. It might have been on another thing. I broke needles knitting cable before.
Oh, that's not good. And the other thing I'm working on is pair number 11.
When will you stop? This is like the seamless Saloma slippers all over again.
I am going to finish this pair and knit one more pair, and then I'm done.
So you say that.
I am done.
But
Because I need to knit some socks. So this is my Shorty Fingerless Mitts pair number 11. It incorporates the leftover sock yarn mitts pattern by Jean Stevenson. And my recipe for how I'm doing it is on the Ravelry project pages. I'm on US 3 3.25 mil needles, and the yarn is String Theory Colorworks Entanglement Self-Striping in the Oxytocin colorway. And I'm working on the gusset of the thumb. So I'm doing these. This is the first one. And then the last pair I do is going to be stripey of this. Can you see the, there it is.
it's sparkly.
It is sparkly, and it came,
It's a colorway about you.
it is, it's called something about CC. It's from Knitting in France, and it's, yeah, it's called something about CC. And then I'm going to pair that with this Ripples Crafts Pequeen colorway, which is, it's a black gray, and it's the same yarn that I used for my my Nanny Swimmo sweater called the Puntilla.
Yeah, I was about to say it, but I was trying to finish counting.
That I re-knit in November because I had lost weight and the other one was massive on me. So that'll be the 12th and final pair of mitts. Final. I'm, yeah. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought I had wound the yarn into the other ones that were coming unwound. Okay, so yeah, so I'm working on these. It's quite possible I might finish knitting this first one while we're recording. Because they knit up really fast, especially since I'm not striping it myself, since it's self-striping. That makes it go a lot faster. And that's everything that is on my needles. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished projects.
Yes, I have two. First up is my weekly preemie hat. This is number 11 for the year. This is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. It's on US 6's 4 mil needles, and I held double a strand of Knit Picks palette in the Bittersweet Heather colorway, which is that black color, and Sweet Georgia Yarns Tough Love Sock in the Violet Hill colorway. It's very pretty. I love how the yarns work together. So finish that, number 11 for the year. And the other I'm going to show you on the screen because I've already gifted them. This is the Shorty Fingerless Mitts pair 10, all the same info as the last segment. The yarn I used on this one is Knit Picks palette in the wheat, heather, and white colorways. And that's what I have finished. Gosh, that took like a minute. It took a lot longer to knit them.
Easy peasy.
It took a lot longer to knit them than 1 minute. So, all right, well, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are yummies, Tammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. I feel like we need a musical introduction to this. Dun, 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 dun. The Phantom of the Opera.
You just combined
is
the overture and the title song.
Okay, so you must now like tell us what's going on here.
This is a plushie phantom from the Phantom of the Opera musical from a company called Gamesicle. And he's cute. He has a little detachable cape that is currently very linty. He attracts lint because he's all black.
Even in his soul?
Yep.
That's scary.
He's very cuddly.
Do you wake up at night and see him and be like...
The first couple days, it was sort of weird to see him like sitting in my bed because his eyes are so wide.
Yes.
But now he's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Make him sick.
Yeah, so he's cuddly.
Okay. It would creep me out to wake up and see eyes like that.
Sometimes when I turn over, he gets turned over on his face. So, then I just see the back of his head.
You're like, what's this black thing in my bed?
So yeah, he's cuddly.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
It's nice. If you want one, you can get one on Amazon or Etsy.
I'll link it in the show notes. Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Phantom. Okay. So is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So I got a parcel in the post this week from Julia, who is Nimrus on Ravelry, who is the dyer of Pandia's jewels. As well, she does other awesome stuff too. But look what she sent me. It's a Notions pouch, hashtag Geeky Knit Squad. So for the Tickled Pink book, we had her draw me as a cat and Dammy as a cat. And then this is her as a cat because she felt left out. And so,
why am I the one knitting and you're like clutching onto a ball of yarn?
I have no idea. That's just the way she drew it. Probably because I'm like, I love you, my yarn pretty, my precious.
And I'm the one who does all the work. I didn't read that. I meant like for the last book I did all the sample knitting.
I paid you for that. I wasn't just like, knit, you must knit more, faster, go.
I'm glad for my Hadestown collection I don't have any specific deadline in mind. Just
Okay.
I can just go until I have it finished.
Oh my goodness. So, yes, so Julia sent me a hashtag Geeky Knit Squad pouch. You can get them on her website. But she also sent some Zombie Knit Club, what are these called?
Those look like iron-on patches.
Yeah. So that, and she sent for prizes some Labyrinth stitch markers. My sister is obsessed with the Labyrinth movie, and so when I posted a picture of this on social media this week, I was like, if you were a knitter, you could use these. And then she sent me yarn for preemie hats. So I'm fairly certain these are all ones that she's dyed. So there's this one. It's got the flecks of tweed. And then those are the same, right?
Yeah, those are the same.
Okay, those are the same, just two balls. There's this one, very pretty. There's this one, and then where's the other one? Oh no, I lost it. There it is. There's these. So there's a blue one and two green ones. So I will be using these for preemie hats. So thank you, Julia. You're so amazing and love you. And yeah, I'm super excited about my Notions pouch. Hashtag Geeky Knit Squad. I think that's everything for this week.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month, so you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. So this month's theme has been colors, and we will release April's list next week. So what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. So those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. So you take a look at the prompt for the day. For example, today when we're recording this, the prompt is brown. I should have taken pictures of my coffee or something. You interpret it however you wish. We're very cheater friendly on this. You post your photo. On Instagram, make sure in the captions you use the hashtag GGKCraftyPad because that's how we find your photos and yours might get chosen. Make sure if you have a private account that Dammy's Doodles is following you because she sorts through photos. And if she's not following you, she can't see your photos. So, yeah. And thanks to everybody who participates. It's a lot of fun to share snippets of our lives through photos. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading?
I am reading The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux by listening to an audio book version of it on LibriVox.
Is the Phantom listening with you?
He just sort of sits there.
He isn't like, hey, that's me.
No, because I use headphones and he has no ear canals for headphones.
You should use not headphones, and he could hear and he could be like, hey, that's me. The Phantom of the Opera is here. Do you want to tell us anything about the Phantom of the Opera?
No, I've forgotten what part I'm at, really.
You've been watching movies.
Yes, and knitting.
Yes.
Knitting and watching movies, that's important.
It is important. Okay, what else?
I am also reading The Glass Scientist, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo.
Cool. And have you been getting your 15 minutes a day in?
Yes.
Yes. Yay. What we're referencing is the January, February, March read-along, RAL. And March is coming to a close fairly soon. So if you, so the goal is to read at least 15 minutes a day. I don't care what you read, book, audio book, magazine, newspaper, blogs, patterns, recipe books. Those are called cookbooks. Recipe books. Those are called cookbooks. I don't care what you read as long as you're reading. If you read at least 87, so there's a FO thread, quote unquote, FO thread in the Ravelry
We should call it like
group.
the finish line thread.
There you go. It's the finish line thread in our group. And you post once and then you go in and edit that post. If you finish at least 87 of the 90 days, you're entered for a giveaway for one of our ebooks. We may do more than one ebook depending on how many people finish. You are also entered into 2 giveaways sponsored by Iggy Star. One winner gets a skein of Firefly inspired yarn and my Firefly sock pattern. The other winner gets a skein of Doctor Who inspired yarn and any one of my single Doctor Who patterns. Also, everyone who does at least 87 of the 90 days gets a 20% off a single pattern coupon for our Ravelry store. If you finish 60 of the 90 days, you'll be in a giveaway for any one of our single patterns. Depending on how many people do that, we will add more patterns potentially. Mm-hmm. The hashtag is hashtag GGKRAL18. We asked last week if there was interest in continuing, and it seems like there is. So it looks like we're going to continue. Yeah. Make sure, I don't know what day the 30th is. Right? There's 30 days in March, or is there 31?
I have no idea.
There's 31. So a week from Saturday. So make sure you update your posts in the finish line thread by that Saturday, the 31st, because we will lock the thread on the morning of April the 1st. And
that's no joke.
That's no joke. And happy Easter. I totally saw. Okay, so you know the little egg-shaped chocolate candies that are wrapped like in foil?
Yes. They were on sale.
Somebody posted somewhere, I saw it, as an April Fool's joke to unwrap it and put a grape in it and take the chocolate out and put a grape in it and wrap it back up. And then hide it for Easter egg hunting.
You demon!
That's not cool. How
How
did we get to this topic?
April 1st.
April 1st. April
That's
Fool's
no
Day.
joke.
Happy Easter. Yeah, so make sure and get your thing updated so that you can win a prize, maybe. Okay, so I am reading Only Love Today by Rachel Macy Stafford, which is just like short, like 2-page essay thingies. So I'm trying to read like 3 a day because there's like, I don't know, there's like 120 of them or something. So this, I finished reading this. I need to update that because I did finish it.
Grammaire.
I am reading The Last Best Cure. My quest to awaken the healing parts of my brain and get back my body, my joy, and my life by Donna Jackson Nakazawa. Oh my gosh. This book is freaking awesome. Awesome. She is a scientific journalist, and she has autoimmune diseases, as well as some other health things. She has been paralyzed twice in her life because of autoimmune disease, and she talks about using Eastern medicine, like meditation and yoga and acupuncture and things like that. And she does it over the course of a year with one of her doctors closely monitoring. And they like ran some like tests and also did like, there's this, I can't remember what it's called. The Sanzoni Joy and Contentment Quotient Inventory. And so she took that as well. And at the beginning, and then did this stuff over the course of a year, and then retook everything. And she wasn't cured or anything by this, but she was able to live a more healthy life. And it was amazing. I really enjoyed this book. I probably will read it again because normally I read nonfiction books, like I'll read a chapter a day. No, I devoured this. I picked this up from the library last Wednesday. Yes, last Wednesday, and finished it like Monday. And it's a big book. It was so good. Highly recommend this book. I'm still reading Being the Starfish by Neil Anderson, and then fiction-wise, I finished reading Lizzie and Jane by Catherine Ray, as well as The Bronte Plot by Catherine Ray. Those are not Kindle Unlimited books. I also read The Last of August, which is the second book in the Charlotte Holmes series by Brittany Cavallaro. I wasn't a huge fan. I had read the first one, and it was okay. The second one, I did not enjoy at all. And then the rest of them are from Kindle Unlimited. I read book number 12 in the Avery Shaw mystery series called Extra, Extra Dead All About It, by Amanda M. Lee. I also read the 5th book in the Wicked Witches of the Midwest fantasy series called All My Witches, also by Amanda M. Lee, and they were living a soap opera. It was very humorous. Very humorous. And I'm currently reading book number 4 in the Hot Blood series called Venturers. Is that right?
Yeah, but for some reason I think it's spelled wrong. I don't know.
I just copy and pasted it from Amazon. By Bella Forrest. And so I'm reading that one right now. I watched a Hallmark movie this week called Deadly Deed, a Fixer-Upper Mystery, which had,
let's see, Dean Cain.
No. From...
Colin Ferguson.
Yes, Colin Ferguson from Eureka in it. So, enjoyed that. But you watched a bunch of movies this week, so why don't you tell us what you watched while I get some water?
I woke up one day with just the urge to watch some Disney movies. So I did. So I watched Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Little Mermaid, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
All in one day?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think so.
No. Yeah, and then I wanted to watch some Shakespeare. So I watched the 4-hour 1996 unabridged version of Hamlet.
Nice.
And then I watched the 1993 Much Ado About Nothing.
Okay, what's next on your list to watch?
I don't know. Oh, should I talk about the web series I'm watching right now, right here? I put it at the bottom.
Sure.
I'm watching a Lizzie Bennett style YouTube web series of Much Ado About Nothing called Nothing Much to Do, and I'm almost to the end of it, and I just started it yesterday, so I don't know what's next.
And you said this one was based in
New Zealand.
Cool. How many episodes are there?
There are 87 total videos. Dogberry and Burgess in this one are just so funny.
And like, how long are the videos?
There hasn't been one longer than 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So that makes it really fast. And is it like in a list so it just auto plays the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Okay. I watched an episode or two, I think, of season 6 of Charmed. And then do you want to talk about the next one? Because then there's a couple by me.
We're watching season 15 of NCIS. They were solving an old, cold case.
That's right. And
Will Ducky's graduate assistant became the new Abby. No, because her name is Casey.
But you know what I'm saying? Because Polly Perrette, who plays Abby, is leaving at the end of this season, and I'm very sad because I love her character so much. But I could see, what was her name? Casey. I could see her coming in and filling kind of that void there. She's different than Abby, which is good. You don't want to try to replace her with someone who is exactly like Abby.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So we'll see, I guess. And then the hubs and I are watching season 4 of NCIS New Orleans. There was a treasure hunt for pirate treasure.
Oh, and a Broadway actress was in it, but she was the villain.
She was the villain. She was evil. What was her name?
Teal Wicks.
What's she been in?
She's been in Finding Neverland, Jekyll and Hyde, and a bunch of other stuff off Broadway and stuff.
Cool. And then we're watching season 4 of The Flash. Iris got Barry's powers.
Ooh.
And so she was a speedster for like a day. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the next few ones or what?
Sure. The Blacklist, watching season 5. Garvey is getting away with murdering Tom. Reddington made a deal with him because of the bones. Elizabeth's therapist is murdering serial killers. She wants Elizabeth to work with her.
Do we feel like...
She's a mess!
Do we feel like, that this might be jumping the shark?
I don't know. What is that?
That's a shark. It's Finn.
Its fin is in the middle of its back.
Well, they can't see it if I do it back here. So I'll do it on top of my head.
And then we're watching season 11 of The X-Files. You wrote this.
Oh.
It was an extremely gross episode, apparently.
It was gross. Did you not think it was gross?
I thought it wasn't any grosser than any of the prettier, gorier ones they did earlier in the 90s.
I, like, most of the episode, I was like, okay, tell me when it's safe to watch again. It was so gross.
But the last 3 minutes... Yes. What are you saying yes to?
Do you not remember the last 3 minutes in the church?
They were just talking.
Yes, but, like, they were like, they want to be together.
Oh.
So, like, they could have just shown the last 3 minutes on, you know, like, yes, you were like...
Oh.
Yeah, you wrote this.
I was tired when we watched this. You said you could have had just...
Those last 3 minutes.
The last 3 minutes, and the rest would have been a photo montage. That
Yes.
too, it's been a long road getting from there to here.
Yeah. Which is the theme song for Star Trek Enterprise. Mm-hmm. And the hubs was like, oh, it needs to be the later season's peppier one. And we were like, no. It just needs to be... It's been a long road getting from there to here.
I'm going to talk about the next one. We are watching season 13 of...
Wait. So there's only one episode left
of
X-Files. Because, what's her name?
Gillian Anderson.
Yes, she said she's not going to do any more.
We're watching season 13 of Criminal Minds. Barnes got You wrote this. I would not have written this. Barnes got in trouble for her stupid arrogance, and the BAU is back! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Did you count them?
No, I just guessed.
I think there's only like 6. I think you overshot the exclamation points.
I did not.
Should be like rewind it and count how many.
No.
Wait. So I knew we knew Barnes wouldn't stick around because what's her name?
Kim Rhodes.
Kim Rhodes is going to be in the news.
I'm not your personal IMDb.
I can't remember names. Tammy remembers the names for me, or I IMDb search it. But it's not interesting to sit there and watch me IMDb search. She's in the spin-off of Supernatural, so we knew she wouldn't be sticking around.
I didn't think it would take them like one episode to resolve it, though.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that was fast. So, like, what's the rest of the season going to be?
Yeah, I thought it would be like rest of the season. That's what they would do leading up to resolving this, but apparently not.
Sorry, I'm counting.
Then I'll just talk about the next one.
Please do.
Okay, we're watching season 3 of Blind Spot, and Ron Rifkin was in it. I didn't realize it was Ron Rifkin at first, because back in the Alias days, he bore a striking resemblance to Joel Grey, and now they still look sort of similar, but now they do not look like identical twins. So I didn't see him on the screen and be like, oh,
and
that's Joel Grey.
He wasn't wearing glasses, and I think that threw me some, because his glasses on Alias were, like, very distinctive, and so I was like, gosh, that looks familiar, is that him? And so, IMDb to the rescue, and I was like, it is him!
And Avery believes what Weller and Jane have been telling her about her father, Crawford is her father?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess I wasn't paying attention. I thought her father was someone who worked for Crawford, and then...
Oh, I thought her father was Crawford.
No. I don't know now.
So I don't know if IMDb will say, I don't know if it says a last name. I thought her father was Crawford. Oh, we might be in trouble. I might have, like... Oops.
Glamour Express.
For the... Blind Spot. There we go.
That's not it.
That's not it.
Movie.
There we go. Episode guide.
Should
Do.
I talk about the next one?
Hold that thought. Let's see. No, it just says Avery. I thought... Oh, maybe... I don't know. See, now I'm, like, totally questioning.
Google it while I talk about the next one. We're watching season 5 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They found the gravitonium they need. I'm still not really sure why they need it. I might just not have been paying attention. And Deke...
Like something to do with the...
Rift.
With the rift.
And then Deke found out Fitzsimmons are just grandparents? Are his grandparents.
Grandparents.
So, why don't I Google this while you talk about the next ones?
Okay, hold on. I just finished... Oops. I spelled father with a T in the end. Okay. What's next? There we go. Wing Calls the Heart, Season 5. There was a fire in the schoolhouse, which I knew was coming. As soon as they started talking about the kids lighting the candles, fire.
Avery's father, who viewers now know that had shady dealings with Crawford.
Oh, okay.
So at the end of the episode, the 2 people were dumping his body in the river.
Okay, so Avery's father is not Crawford.
Had shady dealings with
He had shady
Crawford.
dealings. There you go. Okay. And then they finally got married. It was beautiful. I cried.
So did her wedding dress get burned?
Yes. And so they spent a day and a night, everybody working together to repair the schoolhouse because there was a fire in it. And
the children were unsupervised with fire.
They were trying to practice their part of lighting the candles.
But children cannot be unsupervised with fire.
Well, you have to remember that this was in a different time. Okay, but they finally got married. It was beautiful. I cried a lot, as I do. And then season 9 of NCIS LA, they finally know what happened to Granger, that he passed away. Like, they didn't know. I mean, I think they all assumed because he was so sick. And I mean, yeah, but they got like confirmation that he had died. So, which was very sad because
I think
Miguel Ferrer was who played Granger, and he passed away in real life. So, yeah. And then watched the season 11 finale of Murdoch Mysteries. George proposed to Nina, and she said no. She was going to Paris to work in Moulin Rouge.
Cool.
Yes. And Miss Hart is colluding to take over Julia's job.
Who's Miss Hart?
She's like her assistant.
Oh.
And she's trying to collude to take over her job. Yeah. And Murdoch and Julia worked things out, and they're going away together.
Forever?
No, because it got renewed for another season, and it's Murdoch Mysteries, so it can't be forever.
No, it should be Artful Detective.
Yes, apparently there's a channel, what did I say it was called?
I have no idea.
Ovation or something here in the U.S., because this is a Canadian show, and it's called, instead of being called Murdoch Mysteries, it's called The Artful Detective. So, yes, it's been renewed for season 12, 18 episodes. Plus probably a Christmas special, because they almost always do a Christmas special. So, there you go. Listening to... I did listen a little bit to our Spotify CC and Demi Love Musicals playlist, as well as our car playlist. And apparently, I'm not the only one that listens to our car playlist.
Oh.
Other people listen to it.
What?
And like it, because the random music that's on my phone.
Okay, well.
You can listen to it in our show notes. What have you been listening to?
I listened to the Hadestown concept album because it is now spring. And spring is the time for Hadestown.
Way Down?
Sure.
Hadestown.
And then I also listened to Cabin Pressure, random episodes. Let's see. Geeky Guitar Duet.
What happens in that one?
Polar Bears.
Bear Polars. Do it.
No, I don't want to do it.
Please do it.
No, not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. Audrey St. Mary.
What happens in that one?
Yellow Car.
We play that all the time now.
Yeah, I don't remember what else.
Okay. Awesome. All right, well, we've been talking for like 22 minutes about what we've been reading, watching, and listening to, so we should move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May Sheepy Spring Owl.
That's right. So this started on the 1st of March and it runs through the 31st of May. It's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince this is related to spring. No whips are allowed. You have to start your project no earlier than the 1st of March and finish it by the 31st of May. Our new rule for this season is, so when you post in the FO thread, most of the time you will post a single project. So say I finish these mitts, I would post them, that would be one entry into the giveaway. However, if I knit something that is less than 20 yards of yarn used, which is 18.3 meters, I need to group it with something else or more than one something else to have a combined total usage of at least 20 yards, 18.3 meters. And those combination of projects will be one entry into the giveaway. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have questions about that, let us know. Feel free to poly dip in other owls as long as it fits in with the other rules. We have lots of lovely prizes on the screen right now. Thank you so much to our sponsors for donating them. If you'd like to donate a prize, you can PM me, Java Pearl, or email us at
geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
That's right. If you'd like to know more about the prizes, links to the shops, bigger pictures, go to
geekygirlsknit.com.
That's right. You have to be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit Ravelry group in order to participate. I already talked about the FO thread. The social media hashtag is hashtag GGKSpring18. We will lock the thread the morning of the 1st of June, and winners will be drawn on the next podcast after that. If you are a winner, you'll have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. There is a chatter thread in the Ravelry group so you can talk about what you're working on. Dammy also gives shout outs there to people who finish their projects, as well as here on the podcast. So Dammy, who finished projects this week?
Allie B Creations, Army Tink 08, Carrie Ann 77, DG White, Inagata Danita, I Knit Socks 2, Jamie BB 1975, Carleen Page, Knit Central, Lil Angel SG2, Nana PEI, RMB Knitter, Sarah Tastefully, Shirley Knits 123, Silver Luna 2112, S Keeling, Travel Socks, What Angel 8, and Yarn Taxi Driver.
Great job. So keep working on those projects and post them in the FO thread when you get done, and you might be a winner. All right, let's move to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things, and we answer them.
That's right. So what's this week's question?
This week's question is from Sandy, who is a mystery sewer from Ontario. I was wondering if you had found a place to live, or are you still house sitting?
We have a place to live. We did a tour of it, I think it was a couple podcasts ago, maybe?
I have no idea when my sense of time is complete.
As in after the credits thing. So yeah, so we've been in this place, what, about like 3 weeks now, maybe?
Sense of time. Gone.
Because it was like the... maybe like the 28th of February when we moved in?
Gone.
I think that's right. So, yeah. So, coming up on a month soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we love it. And...
I need to put more of my things on the walls when I have time.
One day more. Yeah.
I have scholarships that are due at the end of the month, too. I need to work on once I finish this.
It's beautiful. This. So yes, we are in our own place and we're loving it, and we still need a few things. We got lamps this week, so that helped.
What do we need?
We need desk chairs.
Oh yeah, I don't have a desk chair.
You can steal one from the kitchen table if you need it.
No, that will make the table feel naked. They don't only have one chair on one side, because for some reason the other chair is gone.
One's in their daddy's desk and one's at my desk.
Oh.
I also want a chair and table to sit outside so that I can work outside on our patio.
But it's so cold right now.
It was beautiful yesterday when I went to Mom's group. We were outside the entire time the kids were playing. It was very nice. So yes, Sandy, we are in our own place. Thanks for asking. I feel like this was probably asked right around the time we were about to move in, but I didn't want to skip over a question. So, yes, we are in our own place. We're loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yep. So, Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right, and we will answer it. We typically answer them in the order that they're asked, other than if something is like time sensitive. And like I said earlier, I'm 99.9% sure we've never skipped a question. So feel free to ask. If it is something too personal, we will just tell you that. And so ask a question. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Yay.
Yay!
We made it to the end of the show.
This was shorter than last week's.
Yes, last week was very long because of the Pom Pom Quarterly review. Okay, like we mentioned before, we have winners to announce. So Amanda, who is Skyly Knits on Ravelry, released 2 new patterns, and she gave us a copy of each to give away to two different people. And it was actually kind of funny because what we had said is the first person we draw will get their choice, because in the thread we asked you, would you knit the shawl or the socks first? And so we said the first person will get whichever one they chose, and then the second person will get whatever is left. But actually it worked out because the first number I drew, they wanted the shawl and the second person wanted the socks. So
I was hoping that would happen.
yes, so it happened. So we have the Nala All Grown Up shawl, and the winner of that is
Post number 4, Muggle Studies.
And then we have the When You Think I'll Zig I Zag socks, and the winner is
Post number 37, Mama Meow.
Meow. So Muggle Studies and Mama Meow. Please send me, Java Pearl, a PM on Ravelry, and I will give, to let me know you've seen this, and then I will pass your Ravelry name on to Amanda, and she will gift you the pattern. Congratulations, and thanks again to Amanda for sending these patterns our way. Okay, so our book, Tickled Pink, 2 designers, 4 indie dyers, and 8 pink-tastic patterns is up on pre-order right now at
pink.javaprodesigns.com.
That's right. So there's 4 different ways you can order. You can order the ebook on Ravelry for $18.75. It's a pre-order. It will be live on the 26th of April, which is in a little over a month. The other 3 are physical books. All the physical books come with the Ravelry download code in them. So if you want the book by itself, it's $20.50 plus shipping. If you want the book with a custom glass stitch marker by Ann Tudor and a button badge designed by Julia Pandia's Jewels that has the kitties, not Julia Kitty, it just has me Kitty and Dammy Kitty on it. That is $26.50 plus shipping. The third option is the physical book, the stitch marker, the button badge, as well as a 6x9 Tickled Pink pouch with
which is that right there?
This size, with the Tickled Pink with the 2 kitties on it, and that's $39.50 plus shipping. Deadline to pre-order the physical book with the goodies and optional pouch is Thursday, the 5th of April. So that's coming up in about 2 weeks, because we have to have time to order the goodies. And then the pre-orders will ship no later than Thursday, the 26th of April. And like I said before, the book releases on Thursday, the 26th of April. Photo shoot this weekend. I'm very, very excited. It's going to be great. I was talking about the details with our friend Mel, who is going to be shooting the photos for this year. Because Katie, my bestie, who has shot the photos for the last 2 books, is in England, and
We are not.
I'm very sad. Okay, I did want to say something actually about essential oils. So if you and or your friends are interested in learning more about essential oils, I'm about to start doing some fun things where I do an online party for you and a group of friends.
Will there be candy?
No, but there will be essential oils. Where what I'll do is I will send samples to you and your friends. Everybody will be in a private Facebook group, and I will educate you and teach you about how to use the oils. The guidelines are you cannot currently have a doTERRA account, because then I can't I can't sign you up as a customer if you're already a customer. And you have to be willing to chat with me about the oils and what might be good solutions for you and your family. So if you're interested in doing it, let me know. If you and a group of your friends are interested, let me know, because I'll be doing it 2 different ways. I'll be doing it for a group of friends, and I can do numerous ones of those, but I'll be doing for groups of friends, or I will also have a class or a group that it's just random people. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're interested in that, email me at grande@javapearldesigns.com, or PM me JavaPearl on Ravelry, or send me a Facebook message or whatever, and we will get it worked out. And yeah, okay, so I think that's everything. We'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports the podcast, however you do it, but especially to those who support us financially, because prizes and shipping and technology and everything costs money. So there's 3 ways you can do that. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount of money each month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards back on that based on what level you donate at. If you'd like to know more about that or want to sign up, go to
patreon.com/geekygirlsnet.
What else, Dammy?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
Yes, and we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you click through our site first, we earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you'd be doing anyway. Danny, why don't you tell them where to find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnit.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. Well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Happy knitting. Happy spring. Spring was yesterday. Yeah.
Spring.
Spring started yesterday.
Spring. It's snowing in New York.
I know. I was just chatting with someone this morning, and she was showing me the snow outside. There's not snow here. It's supposed to rain, but it's not currently. Which is good. And the birds are chirping. I hear them. So, happy knitting, happy spring, and we'll talk to you again next week. Bye.
Bye. This is a scene from Cabin Pressure by John Finnemore.
What episode?
This is Geeky Guitar Duet
Okay.
from season 3. I forget which number it is.
I'm playing Douglas.
Are you going to do the accent?
No, I cannot do that. Dammy is playing Martin. Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, First Officer Richardson again. As you know, here at Unbeaten Track, it's our pleasure to provide you with a short talk or anecdote
Douglas, no!
from one of the crew with particular knowledge of the region. In this case, I'd like to invite Captain Ducree
Please!
to share with you the enthralling story of how he once encountered a polar bear in the wild and outwitted it, armed only with, if I recall correctly, an egg whisk and a pogo stick. Ladies and gentlemen, your captain.
Hello. Well, I don't like to talk about this.
But you've agreed to now. We're most honored. So when did it happen?
When I was in the French Foreign Legion.
The regiment famous for being non-Frenchmen.
Yes. For me, they made the exception because I am not entirely French. In fact, I'm half English, more than half actually. So anyway, we were stationed in Alaska.
Unusual for a desert regiment.
Yes, it was unusual. We wanted to have the element of surprise. Anyway, I saw a polar bear, so I called out to my comrades,
What did you call out?
"Look out, a polar bear."
Only you said it in French.
Of course I said it in French then. I do not say it in French now because no one would understand me.
But just out of interest, what is polar bear in French?
It is, in fact, the same as in English.
Really? Polar bear?
Yes, it is a word we have borrowed from your language. Of course, we say a bear polar.
I see. So you saw the polar bear. You called out, "Attention, mes amis, regardez-vous la bear polar." And then what?
Then I was the egg whisk until the snowdrift whisked it up like a blizzard in the bear's face. Then under cover of his confusion, I bounced away on the poker stick. Sing you goodbye.
Goodness, what a remarkable story. Just goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, truth is stranger than fiction.